You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, friends. Today's story, Explosive. You know him as a pioneer of the space age, a man whose work at the Guggenheim Aeronautical Laboratory helped to birth the very rockets that would eventually carry us to the moon. He was a self-taught chemist with a brilliant mind and an even more explosive personality. But for all the scientific brilliance, there was a shadow side to this rocket scientist, one that involved midnight rituals, magic, and a bizarre obsession with the occult. The boy with the firecrackers, long before he was a co-founder of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, he was just a kid in Pasadena with a dangerous hobby. While other boys were playing baseball, young Jack was in his backyard mixing chemicals, trying to find the perfect formula to touch the stars. He never went to college, at least he never finished. Yet he possessed an intuitive genius for propulsion that left PhDs in the dust. He and his suicide squad at Caltech spent their days blowing up things in the Aurora, Seco, eventually perfecting the solid-state fuel that made modern rocketry possible. A double life. But as the sun went down, the scientists donned a different robe. Jack was a devoted follower of the great beast, Aleister Crowley. In his large mansion on Orange Grove Avenue, affectionately known as the Parsonage, he led a secret society. In the basement, he conducted the Babylon Working, a series of rituals intended to manifest a goddess on Earth. He wasn't just looking for fire in rocket engines, he was looking for fire in his soul. His roommates included a young science fiction writer named L. Ron Hubbard, who would later run off with Jack's girlfriend and his money to start a little venture on his own called Scientology. The end came exactly as Jack might have predicted, with a flash and a bang. In 1952, an explosion ripped through his home laboratory. Some would say it was an accident involving fulminate of mercury. Others whispered of something more sinister. He died at the age of 37, a man who had one foot in the rigid world of mathematics and the other in the swirling mist of the supernatural. Today, if you looked at the far side of the moon, you will find a crater named in his honor. A fitting tribute for a man who spent his life trying to bridge the gap between the earth and the heavens. But there is one more detail. You see, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the cornerstone of NASA, is still known by its initials today. But for decades, those who knew Jack's secret life joked that JPL didn't actually stand for Jet Propulsion Laboratory. They said it stood for Jack Parsons Laboratory. And whether you realize it or not, this is the landing point. Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe, or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.